Black hole filter. The black hole filter, you can find it here on the filters, distortion, black hole. I have applied the black hole filter on my group. So the black hole filter contains these parameters. We have the center, controls the X and Y position or the center point of the filter itself. Amount is the total force or pulling force of the effect. The default is 150, which gives you this kind of result, and 3000 is not yet the maximum, but at 3000 it will give you this kind of result. Mix is the blending between the effect and the layer itself. Alternately, you can think of it as the turn on or turn off of the effect. Let's reset this black hole. Now take a look. I have applied this black hole filter on my group without the fixed resolution check. So let's check the fixed resolution. It will create something like this, what you see on the composition. You will have a gap on top and bottom and also the sides. Now let's adjust the amount to see some difference. So earlier, when the group was not at fixed resolution, for the image to completely disappear on our layer is around 3400. But when it is applied to a group with a fixed resolution and an amount of this one, 2165, our layer already or completely disappeared on the composition. So let's turn that off and let's try to apply the black hole filter on the layer itself. If you apply the black hole filter on the layer itself, almost similar to the group without fixed resolution, currently at 3000, the image is not yet completely disappeared on the layer. So in this case, you can see that at around 4000, the image is completely disappeared. You can play around with the black hole filter. Now let's look at another distortion effect. Go to your library, go to filters, distortion, poke. The poke filter contains a few parameters, almost the same with the black hole. So center controls the center of the effect. You have the X and Y position. Radius controls the radius of the poke filter itself. For example, the higher the value, the smaller the image will appear. And then, the lower the value is the opposite. Let's also reset our center. If you look closer, you will see that it's being poked here, right? As the name itself. Scale of the distortion of the poke. So at 0.54, we have this. And then at 1, we have this kind of look or result. So it's similar to a warp. And if we adjust the radius, we will have this kind of result also. If you adjust the scale to 0 and increase your radius, there will be no effect at all because the scale must not be at 0. The value here on the scale should be greater than 0 all the time. Mix is the blending between the poke and the layer. Alternately, you can think of it as the turn on and turn off. Publish OSC. If you check this one, this control will be available in Final Cut Pro. So most of the time, if you are just using motion, there's no need to check that one. So that's how to use the poke filter in Apple Motion.